Welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I not have a surprise for all of you. Wait, it's April Fool's Day. I do have a surprise for all of you. I had to do it. I couldn't resist. I have on Zoom with me right now Kyle Flett, and he is the host of Flett Lives on YouTube. Hey, Kyle, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, man. This has been waiting for this.
Absolutely. I'm so glad to have you on the show. I mean, we booked this about a month or so ago, and here we are. And you had me on your show, and now I have you on mine, and so glad to do this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
same here. You were a
Yeah.
great guest on my show.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, the first question I got for you is pretty basic. How did you get your start into being a podcaster?
Well, when I first started mine 10 years ago, when I really wanted to do this,
Hmm.
I was bullied off YouTube a long time ago.
Hmm.
But but I started off when I was just starting to sport channels last year.
Hmm.
Then I got my passion again. I made my debut as a special guest on James Grimm's channel.
Hmm.
Then I'm like, wow, I really love doing this, and then I just started my channel, Flett House of Horror,
Yeah.
last year. But then that got shut down. Then I started my channel, Flett Lives, and it's been awesome ever since.
Nice. So, regarding Flett Lives, can you kind of tell us what this channel is about and how did it kind of become what it is now?
Well, Flett Lives was the name was named because since my other channel got shut down, Flett Lives means I live. It just shows I can't
Hmm.
be be gone from YouTube. So I I love my passion for horror, so I do like watch alongs, interviews, rankings, and much more stuff. And I just live on forever.
Awesome. So, what guests have you had in the past on your show, and what about any future guests that you have coming up?
I had Deborah Voorhees from Part 5
Nice.
on my channel. I had Ton Jenkins on my channel. I had a lot of people. I had like Peter Anthony. We
Hmm.
had Cody Falk. I
Nice,
also had Dave McRae and Darren and Frank on a
nice.
few times. But for my upcoming channel, I got like Sean Clark coming on in April sometime.
Oh, nice,
And I also get to interview Adam Marcus, Jason Goes to Hell director.
nice, awesome. Yeah, Adam Marcus is a good guy. I had him on. He was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, like my fourth or fifth interview I've ever done back in like 2017, which is a long time ago. And if you listen to that interview, it's so different than what my interviews are like now. So I would love to have him back on. I'm good friends with Adam, so I plan on asking him to come back on, possibly for Friday the 13th in May, which would be pretty cool.
Sounds good. May
Yeah.
13th is actually the Friday.
It is absolutely. And yeah, I have somebody booked for I believe 8 p.m. that day, so I would only be able to have him on if he can come on in the morning, not the morning, but like early afternoon, like 2, 3 o'clock. Yeah,
Nice, because on the May 13th, my buddy Riley Logan from Flashcast is releasing his Fall Camp Blood Friday
right.
13th fan film. So me and Caleb from Darcy Fall podcast are having Peter Anthony on, who's also in the film. We're going to be doing a
Nice.
live watch along so people on the screen can watch it as well.
Awesome. Yeah, I know it's April 1st today, obviously. And Monster Mania tickets went on sale at noon. And I finally got, I'm a big horror fan. Everybody knows that. You watch my channel, you listen to my interviews, you know I'm a horror fan. But I'm about to do a first, and I'm about to lose my Monster Mania virginity in
Oh,
October.
yeah.
So I'm super excited to go. I got my tickets this morning, and Quinn Lord's gonna be there, and Chris Sarandon's gonna be there. Doug Bradley was announced, so I'm really excited about that. And obviously, they're gonna have a lot more guests that they're gonna be announcing, but I'm so excited to finally go. And I believe it's in Hunt Valley, Maryland. I believe it's from September 30th to October 2nd, and I got my tickets. I booked my hotel, even though it's like 20 minutes away from where I live. But yeah, I'm super excited.
Nice, because I get to go to my first horror convention in June.
Nice. Which one are
First
you
ever,
going to?
ever. It's the one in Calgary, where I am, in Alberta, out in Calgary.
Nice,
So
nice.
James Ducournau will be there, Darcy Nailger will be there, the one Sam from Trick or Treat will be there.
Yep,
And
Quinn Lord. That's who I'm going to be meeting in Hunt Valley. Super
nice.
excited. I'm a big fan of his. I was a big fan of his since I'm a big fan of Once Upon a Time, the TV series, and he was in that in season 1 as a cameo. And I'm excited to meet him because I'm a big Trick or Treat fan. And I of course, my first movie is called Samhain. And I have a DVD that I had Sam Todd from Trick or Treat, who played Rhonda, had her sign that at a creature feature event I went to. So I'm gonna have Quinn Lord probably sign the same exact DVD she signed.
Nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously you are a horror fan. So double question for you. What for horror movie or franchise got you your start into becoming a horror fan, and what is your current favorite horror film or franchise?
Um, my first horror franchise that started me was when I first watched Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Hmm.
And that's where I started loving slashers. And then I
Yeah.
watched Nightmare on Elm Street. And then it just continued from there 22 years ago.
Yeah, part 4 is one of
But
my favorites. I'm a big fan of part 3, 4, and 7. Those 7 isn't that good in terms of SFX because a lot of it got like cut down because of the MPAA and everything like that. But it's more of a nostalgia factor for me because that was the first horror movie I've ever seen at 6 years old.
yeah,
So,
my first horror movie was The Shining.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. That's a really good one. A very cool, a big, cult classic, obviously, and it's a really good movie. Very creepy as well, and the ending is just like, whoa.
Oh, yeah, it's crazy, especially when you see him riding the bike and those the twins appear,
Yeah,
and then I was like, wow.
absolutely. So, what do you believe is the hardest part on being a podcaster and like doing interviews with your guests?
Well, I think the hardest is you really have to really engage with your
Mhm.
guests and really have with your audience and really push your stuff out there. And
Yeah.
sometimes it's hard to come up with questions, especially if you have a
Yeah.
big guest. It gets overwhelmed, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, if the guest doesn't have a big background or a big movie background, like it's harder for me with people like yourself, whether podcasters or YouTubers, to come up with questions compared to where, you have somebody from a Friday the 13th or a Halloween where you see the movie a million times. So it really does it does become challenging, but it's fun because you like to think, oh, what would be a cool question to know this person more and to get everybody else to know this person and know who they are and what they're about.
Especially if you don't know the person very
Yeah.
well. And it's not like that there's like something like Kane Hard that you can ask
Yeah.
really so many questions, but it's something that's smaller and you don't really know. It's
Yeah.
hard. But then I'm like, I can come up with cool questions. It's fun.
Right. Absolutely. And like having somebody on that is unknown or somebody that isn't as well known compared to somebody that's bigger. Whereas the people that are bigger, get asked the same questions all the time. And it's like you're watching this interview and you're watching another interview. And it's like, well, I heard that question, them ask that question already. I know that answer. I heard it I hear it in every interview. Whereas when you have somebody fresh like yourself or an Anthony Caimano, you kind of hear a different questions and you don't get the repetitiveness, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's when I had Deborah Voorhees on, I could think of different questions she had never
Yeah.
asked, and she really appreciated that.
Yeah, that's how I know when a lot of the questions I ask are similar, but I know with Kensago's from Nightmare 3 and 4, I actually asked him a question. Right before he answered, like, oh, I never had that question before. He was like really
Oh,
appreciative of that. And guests like that because they don't like to hear the same, that get the same questions as everybody else does. And they don't like to answer the same thing over and over again. They don't mind it, they'll still answer it, but even your audience, they don't want to hear the same thing in every interview. They want to hear something different.
yeah, that's why for my audience, I like to try to figure out of the box, to ask different questions,
Yeah,
keep it more interesting.
absolutely. I know if you hadn't, did you ever have Naomi Grossman on your show from American Horror Story?
No, I haven't, but I'm a fan of hers.
Nice. Yeah, I can reach out to her. I have her information. I actually am friends with her publicist. I can reach out to him and see if you would like to do your show. I can, see what I can do.
Sounds good. I would definitely be interested in interviewing her.
Yeah, I'll reach out to him and see what he says. And I can even give you his contact information. Just throw my name and say, Scotty McCoy from Slasher Scotty, and he'll know who it is. So just let him know, and I can get you his email. It's right on IMDb. So yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would be interested in interviewing him.
Yeah, that would be really cool. And he has quite a few guests that it would be nice for you to interview as well. I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah, he's a great guy. I can get his information after we're done the interview and everything. So we know that Batman: The Killing Joke and the Flower City Butcher Indiegogo crowdfunding campaigns are live now. I know the Flower City Butcher is going live today. I don't think it's live right now, but I know it's going live today. Batman: The Killing Joke is currently live. So what advice? I know you're friends with Anthony Camano. That's why I wanted to kind of ask these questions to promote it and get your advice on it. So, like, what advice would you want to give to people that would like to donate to one or the other, or even both campaigns? What would you like to tell them?
Well, I would like to tell him that I think the Batman killing joke in both films, you
Mhm.
can tell that Anthony Camella has really passion for these films, and it's like a great cast. And especially the Batman Killing Joke. If you're a huge Batman Killing Joke fan, this is going to be a treat for the fans. And there's a lot of great perks in there that would help make
Yeah,
these films successful. And
yeah,
and I definitely definitely something different he's doing with it in the Flower City Butcher's
yeah,
original slasher. So there's a lot of, especially if you want to go for be really part of these projects, because
yeah.
I haven't seen so many passion from some
Mhm.
like Anthony and all these people. They're awesome people.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of these projects, it's something special.
Absolutely. And I know that I'll be having a cameo in the Flower City Butcher. So to promote this a little further, if you donate on day one, which is today, once it goes live, but obviously it hasn't been live the whole day. So I will give it probably until tomorrow, probably halfway through tomorrow. If you donate, I'll be giving a free 8x10 autographed photo. And just you have to show me your proof. So send me a message on Facebook or whatever and say, hey, I donated to Flower City Butcher. Here's my proof. Show me a screenshot that you donate. I don't need to see how much it costs or anything like that. It could be anything as small as $1, but whatever you donate, just show me proof that you contributed to the campaign, and I'll send you out I'll give you a couple of pictures to choose from, and you get an 8x10 photo. And I know Angel Bradford and Heather Beck, who are also in the movie, are doing the same thing. I don't know any of the perks that are involved. That's all up to Anthony. I do know that it will be coming out sooner than later, though, sometime today. And yeah, definitely check that out. And Batman is obviously live right now. I'm executive producer on both films as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing how he does on Batman. I'm very excited to finally meet Anthony and go up to Rochester to film this movie. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and he's last time I checked, his Indigo was like 81%, so he's not that far
Yep, it's
behind. So
83% now. Yeah, so he's getting up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely, and definitely help donate, because I know the Flower City Butcher, the goal isn't that much, so let's get to that goal so we can stay in demand. But check out Flower City Butcher, Batman: The Killing Joke, their fan pages, their groups on Facebook. Friend myself, Anthony Caimano, even Kyle Flett, and you can, and Amy Crabtree, like definitely friend these people, and you'll be able to see the Indiegogo. And if you aren't friends with any of us, can't find us, whatever, then just go to Indiegogo and type in the name, and you'll be able to get access to it. Like I said, you'll be able to get an 8x10 with proof on day one only from me, Angel Brandford, and Heather Beck, who are all in the movie, and we're pretty big in the indie film industry. So it'll be really cool if people can get a free 8x10 with even a small donation, and any amount helps. And if you can't afford it, share the campaign. Sharing the campaign will cost you nothing, and it is literally caring. Sharing is caring, as they say.
For sure. Yeah,
Absolutely.
because
So go ahead.
every sharing, even if you don't want to make contribute, every sharing helps.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people don't even know about this project, so sharing
yeah.
it will let them know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the last question I do got for you, for those that would like to follow your channel or be up to date on anything that you're doing or when you're live or whatever, where can they follow you? Where can they find you? Where can they watch you? Where can they get all the information, social media, YouTube, anything of the sort?
Um, you can find me on YouTube at Flett Lives, or also on Twitter, Flett Lives. I post stuff there, and also my public Facebook group, Flett Lives on Facebook.
Okay.
So that's where you can find me. And if you want to need a chance to subscribe, there's a lot of great content on
Awesome.
there, and also great content coming up.
Awesome. Sounds good. And I don't know if I'm following you on Twitter, but I'll do that. I'll make sure to do that when we get off the interview. But yeah, I thank you so much for joining me, Kyle, on this wonderful April Fool's Day.
Yeah, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, not a problem. You have a great rest of your day, buddy.
You too. Have a
All
good
right.
day, man. See
Yep.
you
Bye.
later.